worried about where they will be, if they're going to be at the level they should be at when they get back into school next year. I do think the learning loss is huge.
Parents across the nation growing increasingly anxious with schools closed for months as education experts begin to warn of a possible COVID slide for students heading into summer break.
So it's kind of a double whammy of starting to forget and losing that kind of academic mindset being out of school and missing out on a couple of important months of instruction, particularly for those young kids where we know learning happens at a really fast rate.
Drawing on existing data, Megan Kufield, a research scientist at the Northwest Evaluation Association, has been using learning losses typically seen in the summer to forecast how extended school closures could cause significant backslides for students currently struggling to adapt to remote instruction.
What we saw was pretty alarming.
Kufield predicts that for students working through the toughest conditions now, come fall, they could have retained as little as 70% of their reading progress and only 50% of gains they'd made in math. Potentially serious secondary consequences of COVID-19. Already, teachers like Jill Marangoni, a special ed teacher in New York, says she sees the signs of students falling behind.
Fifth graders that were strong writers in school who would never have turned in anything without editing it first. You see what the work they're turning in, it's missing capitals, it's missing end punctuation, run-on sentences, just lacking that quality that they had at school and that they just don't have now.
While the full extent of any COVID slide remains to be seen, parents like Kristen DiCarlo, a mom of 3 in Atlanta, says she hopes teachers are ready to adapt to learning losses whenever classrooms finally reopen.
School systems are going to have to pick up and recognize they can't expect a child to go from pre-algebra into algebra immediately. There's going to have to be some remediation.